My weather project will be over the Cape Town water crisis. It is one of the worst droughts in over a century. During this presentation, I will discuss the background of the water crisis that Cape Town experienced. I will also discuss some of the causes of the drought. I will go over the timeline of the water crisis and the impacts and responses of the drought. Finally, I will discuss the future efforts that have been either put in place or discussed that will help with the situation. The Cape Town drought began in 2015. It resulted in substantial water shortage in the region of South Africa. It mostly affected the city of Cape Town. Cape Town falls within the Mediterranean climate. It is warm with dry summers and winter rainfall. The water to the city comes from 6 major dams. These dams are resupplied by rainfall, mainly during the winter months of May to August. The levels of the dams decrease during the summer months because water use increases due to agricultural needs. The city has grown in population by 79% in the past 23 years, but the water storage has only increased 15%. Due to the drought, a day zero was announced. This meant that as a whole, the municipal water supply would be shut off. This would make Cape Town the first major city to run out of water. The cause of the water crisis was because the drought exceeded the planning from the Department of Water and Sanitation. This department is responsible for all surface and groundwater supply. It is also believed that the population growth increased the severity of the water shortage. The population itself has grown by 50% in the past decade. The amount of rainfall in the area during 2015 to 2017 was rare. Some individuals believe that this was due to a climate change with a 1 degree Celsius increase in temperature over the past 100 years. It is also predicted that the area will increase another 0.25 degrees over the next 10 years, which will add to the severity of the drought. Climate changes may alter rainfall in the area, which will lead to less sources of water. Currently, agricultural uses about 29% of the water in the area, but was severely restricted during the drought period. The city began its drought in 2015. It was the first year of 3 years of dry winters due to the El Niño weather pattern. Water levels declined almost 22% in 2015. Major droughts ended in August of 2016, but the Western Cape drought stayed. Water restrictions were implemented in February 2017. It was declared the worst drought of the city in May 2017. In June 2017, water restrictions were put in place, limiting usage to 100 liters per day per person. Rainfall during 2017 was also the lowest since 1933. In September 2017, the city banned outdoor and non-essential use of water. It would also encourage the use of gray water for flushing, the towing, and wanted to limit water usage to 87 liters per day. In October 2017, the city had estimated that it had 5 months before water levels were depleted. It also issued emergency water plans. It rationed water and suggested that water be shut off to non-essential places. In February 2018, water usage was limited to 15 liters per day per person. The city announced that it would be forced to shut off most of the water supply if conditions did not change. It would declare day zero when the water supply reached 13.5%. Due to the water restrictions, water usage declined, and in June 2018, day zero was postponed indefinitely. Due to the water shortage, it is projected that 37,000 jobs were lost and over 50,000 people were put below poverty due to job losses. The agricultural sector had also lost almost $1.2 billion due to the water shortage. There was concerns that the water crisis would have a major impact on health services due to water being stored in contaminated containers. Fire risks were high. Industrial sites risked the suppression systems not working due to the reduced water pressure. The children stand to suffer the most. It was estimated that 1.1 million children would be left without water if day zero was to happen. All businesses would stand to lose millions due to the water shortage. Agriculture would possibly take the biggest hit. Wine is a major industry around Cape Town and drew millions of tourists each year. The drought caused smaller berries for the wine, which in turn caused smaller batches of wine. The water crisis caused an increase in research and investment in alternative water systems. A study found that from 2015 to 2017 was the driest period since 1933 in Cape Town, and 2017 was the driest year since 1933. It's possible that it was also the driest year earlier than 1933, but the data is not available. The study concluded that a drought of that severity will statistically only occur every 300 years. The city is working on 4 new plants and building new water wells. They have also increased the outreach on educating the public on reducing water usage. It has led to a 50% drop of usage over the past 3 years. They have started to incorporate smart water devices that will provide data on water flow and water consumption levels. These devices can be used to control water use at homes. One idea to help the water crisis is to bring in an iceberg that has broken off Antarctica. They are trying to tow it into Cape Town where it would melt and then become usable water. A single iceberg would be able to provide almost 150 million liters of water per day for a year. This would meet almost 1/3 of the city's water needs.